Hi everybody, it's Christy Forsyth from Clarity here for you today with this week's live tarot reading and energy updates. I actually had intended to do this around 6:30, but I'm getting so many messages from people. So many people are feeling this energy, and some people are struggling. Some people are really finding a lot of clarity and awareness and understanding and healing, and so there's all kinds of things, but people are feeling this energy for sure. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to pull some cards. So, hi Mike, I got the red leather jacket on. So the first thing that I want to talk about that I feel really compelled, I think it's so important right now in this energy, is I want to make sure that we are all bringing ourselves back to the breath. Back to the breath, bringing yourself back to the breath is always important, but I just feel right now with this energy, in order for us to find balance, and also in order for us to integrate some of this energy that's flowing to us, we need to keep bringing ourselves back to the breath. We need to just make sure that we're taking those mindful moments where we focus on the breathing, and it really is as simple as that. So maybe if right now even we could just take a pause and we could just take in just one big deep breath, and you can breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And it really is as simple as that, and it can be a really simple reset. And so you can take several deep breaths, but what I find with the breath is it really is like a light switch for the body. It's like switching your energy up. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling upset, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just to take a pause and to take a couple deep breaths is one of the best resets that you can do. And like I said, it feels really important right now in terms of just integrating this energy that we have flowing to us. There's a lot of growth and development happening through the energy right now. So if we can allow that, I really feel like it's going to help. And any extra stuff that you can do with the breathing, meditation, anything in connection with that is going to be helpful for you, because this is a time where we are in this Venus retrograde. There's a lot going on astrologically, energetically. Life is throwing us curveballs, and you might think one day that you know what's going on, and then the next day it's totally different. And I think right now it's just important to try not to predict too much, because I think that things are a little upside down, things are a little all over the place, and it's really intended to show us our best life path and to help us to understand where we need to make changes, and maybe where we're not quite getting it right, or also to help us to understand like what is ready to be cleared out, especially in regards to relationships. You might find that a person that you trusted just yesterday, you are very clear that you can't trust them anymore, or that they're not the right fit for you, or that they're not going to be helpful for you in your life right now, or that they aren't able to do those things that you need, or give you those things that you need from them, or that they bring in balance into your life. Or it doesn't have to all be negative. It can also be recognizing those people in your life that are truly, truly there for you, that bring a positive energy, that bring good things into your life. And so it's helping you to get really clear. But unfortunately, especially with relationship stuff and change, there's going to be some just emotions and things like that. But it's not necessarily just about relationships. It's about a little bit of everything that we are kind of trying to just connect with and understand, but it can be very confusing. It can feel like our whole world is being shaken up. Just understanding that if we can bring ourselves back to the breath, if we can keep flowing, if we can, I've got my leather jacket on because I always feel like a badass when I wear a leather jacket. So, just remembering the badass that you really are. That's what I said in my post today. Remember what a badass you are. Remember how strong you are. Remember all of those things that you've survived in the past that are probably nothing in comparison to the stuff that you're going through. This pain is temporary, this discomfort is temporary, and we're going to get through it. We're just doing some of our shadow work right now. We are digging deep. I've talked for a while about being really excited about October, and I knew that it was going to be a magical month. And you might say to me, well, this doesn't feel incredibly magical in this moment, but we are doing so much work in such a a short period of time, it really is magical. We are doing so much growth in such a short period of time. And so trust and believe that this is all for a higher purpose, and that we're going to be doing well, feeling better, feeling as though we've grown our souls, grown ourselves in so many ways on the other side of this energy. So hang in there, guys. And just keep doing those things that you need to balance yourself and to support yourself through this. So let's pull some cards to see what the cards have to say as well. So let me know how you guys are doing, how you're feeling. I've heard from lots of you, but I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you're watching live or the replay, maybe where you're watching from. I love to see so many people from all over now watching the videos, and I love to see where you guys are coming from and where you're watching from. Maybe some of these things that you guys share will connect for other people. Kim says she's feeling stressed, sad, and anxious, and afraid, irritated, all of these things. So we're, you know, I think a lot of us, so many of us are feeling these things and feeling this energy. Make sure, you guys, that if this resonates for you, if you feel like there are messages that people in your life need to hear, that you share or tag them in the video so that they can see too. Joy says it's been up and down. Yeah, Joy, you know, I feel that way too. And I feel like some of us, you know, are actually kind of fighting this energy a little bit too. I was talking with somebody, I think yesterday, about it. And if you've ever seen The Never-Ending Story, one of my favorite movies, there's, what is that called? The nothing that takes over, you know, and it's like this yucky energy. And I feel like that's part of what we need to do right now, is to really focus on our thoughts, to really focus on where we're allowing our thoughts to go, because it is an energy right now that can sort of take over and really bring us down into some pretty dark spots. So you really have to be very aware. And when those thoughts come in, you know, for example, we're working a lot on relationship stuff right now. Okay, I think that paused, but I was getting a call. Sorry, guys. But let's say that when, you know, a relationship ends or something, being really aware of how you're thinking about that. If a relationship ends, maybe the person on the other side that ended the relationship with you just has their own stuff to work through. There's all kinds of different possibilities. Maybe they're not ready to be in a relationship with you. They've got lots of work to do or whatever that is, but it doesn't have to be that you're not deserving or that you're not worthy or whatever that is. Hi, Timothy. So just making sure that you're aware of your thinking, that you're considering other possible options, and that you're not allowing yourself to go into that self-loathing and self-degradation, all of that stuff, because I just really feel like this energy right now can take hold of that and bring you into some tough spots. So let's see what we've got. All right, so the very first card is our Five of Roses reversed. So this is often my card connected with children, the garden card. So this is oftentimes like maybe we're worried about our kids, maybe there are relationship issues that are coming up with our kids. We might find ourselves feeling a little like there's some more challenges in connection with our kids. This is coming along with that Venus retrograde energy. So it's not surprising, because it's going to stir up stuff within relationships. It's going to highlight anything that we have going on with relationships and any work that we need to do within relationships. So you may find that there might be some stuff kicked up and stirred up with relationship with children or family, things like that. And the next card is the number 5 card, the Hilarion card. And this card for me is about when it is reversed, it is connected with us feeling disconnected from source, from spiritual guidance, from spirit, all of those things. And so you might, through all of the stress and tension, feel like you are disconnected, feel like you don't have that support of God, the universe, whatever you call that. You might not even be praying or calling or asking for help, and just making sure that you are asking for help, because the angels can't help us unless we ask for help, you know, and it's so helpful for us to ask for help. It's so important for us to ask for help, because this is when God can step in and take over and do things for us. I feel like when we get into dark places sometimes that, I don't know, I kind of love it sometimes when people get into dark places and they come in to see me, because what happens when we get into those really dark places is that we go to a place of surrender. And when we go to a place of surrender, we're able to hand it over to God, you know? So working on handing it over to God, working on consciously handing it over to God, so you don't have to get into that dark, dark place in order to be able to do that. And so when those thoughts are coming through, just sending that, just saying, you know what? I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what the answer is, so I'm handing this over to you. And this is the Ascent card, and this is exactly the card that I would love to see through this energy, because this is us making progress. This is about us working towards our goals. We're doing it. We are making progress. We're doing well. We are doing our work. We are just progressing in so many ways. So understand and recognize how much progress you've made, especially through the pain, especially through this challenging energy. What is it that you have shifted? What are the ways that you have grown? Don't focus so much on the pain. Focus on what's better, what's different, or what foundation for better things you've created for yourself as you are beginning to move forward. And this is saying, like, continue to move forward, because we are connecting with some really amazing things, and we're doing amazing things, and we're going to just keep progressing and connecting with these amazing things. And then I pulled these two cards together. So this is the reflection card, perfect card for this time that we are reflecting, that we are, especially in regards to relationships, taking a look at relationships. What do we want? What do we don't want? What boundaries do we need to set? What relationships do we maybe need to clear out? What do we want to call into our lives? And this card is in connection, the Queen of Roses, with relationships. So the Corey says it's not cold enough for a leather jacket. Yeah, it is here, Corey. It's definitely cold enough here. We're getting there. It's definitely getting colder. But so the Queen of Roses is oftentimes connected with romantic relationships. So we may find that we're doing extra reflecting on romantic relationships this week. Allow yourself, right now is a highly intuitive time. So just allow yourself to be receptive to the messages that are coming to you. And I find a lot of times that my intuitive messages, especially when I used to have to work more towards connecting with my intuition, would come in when I'm not forcing it, when I'm not trying too hard. So it would come in when I'm driving in my car, or when I'm doing my hair, putting makeup on, or things like that, when it's just quiet and I'm not really focusing on it. So pay attention to those things that are coming through when you have quiet time, when you're not trying to force the answers to come through. I think that it's going to give you some really important insights in terms of relationships. Hang in there, guys. I think that we're really going to be better off on the other side of this energy. But let me know again